All right, guys, here we are to talk about the trailer for the movie The Crucifixion.
In theaters and on iTunes, your favorite.
That's one of my calls for greatness.
Says that it's a thriller. And it's depicting
Well,
here
you
what
see-
looks like a badass Jesus vampire who is disturbed during the daylight hours while in his coffin by a monk just trying to do his job. And then he hoists him off the ground, holding him by his neck and says, "Don't you know me, boy?"
I'm gonna say it's a lady. She's a chambermaid in a monastery.
And has superpowers?
Well, she's full of
Jesus.
I was gonna say demons.
Oh. Sure.
Let's see.
I mean, it could go either way.
Something about that
Oh, jeez.
I think could be good. There's something terrifying about the idea of your lack of faith making you you open to something, and because you don't have the faith, you can't fight it. Like
Yeah.
you're just doubly vulnerable.
I like that skeleton key thing where if you didn't believe in it, you weren't vulnerable to it or whatever.
Wait, who does that?
Back in Skeleton Key with the voodoo stuff and the whatever, the possession thing.
I remember the movie, but I don't remember her being not.
They had to convince her to buy into all the bullshit so that she could be, like the victim of the curse or whatever
Really?
the fuck. Yeah, it was
Interesting.
awesome. Because she's like, "Oh no, you're right. Let's fucking do it." And they go, "Ha ha ha ha."
I remember
Gotcha."
that being good. I can't remember much about it though.
I think it was like a flawed, underrated, whatever, under the radar. Like the people mentioned it every now and then. I've never seen a good exorcism movie since that first one.
Oh, with what's her face
Well,
from Dexter?
No, The Exorcist.
Oh, you didn't like
yeah.
the one with Emily
No,
Rose?
because the tension was totally drained by it being like a flashback and all that shit.
Oh, I thought the way that she just
It
moved
had
her body.
It had really
and
good,
her,
yeah, like
oh,
the
it's wonderful.
eating the spiders and like grabbing the wall and stuff was cool and stuff. But I had a lot of trouble like getting into it or feeling the whatevers because it builds up to this crescendo at this farmhouse, and I'm like, we know what happens. We know what happens. It's a flashback. Stop it.
Yeah.
And like whatever structural, I can maybe get past that, but I refuse to. So whatever.
There's a great movie, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like 80s or early 90s, witches, and this woman gets sent to like live with her aunt, and the aunt turns out to be a witch, and she's like evil and shit, and she's chasing her, and the daughter or whatever, the niece, runs into like a church, and the priest like holds up a cross, and the lady just grabs like him and burns the fuck out of him. She's like, if you believed in this, I couldn't even walk in the door, and just kills him.
If who believe in what? I'm so
The
confused.
the priest has like a cross,
Right.
and he's like trying to block her, and like she just like kills him and goes, "If you believed in God, I couldn't even walk in the
Okay.
door." But he's just some like fuck who's
He's just
works
a dude
as
with a cross.
Yeah.
That's what I would be.
There's a lot of money to being in the pastor
I'd
world.
be like, oh, I need faith to, to beat you, and I'd be on Wikipedia like, I need some faith. Let's go. I know how to beat you now. And they're like, that's not how it works. I'm like, I'm ready to Wikipedia. I'm good.
I wonder though at what point you do start to believe just because evil shit is happening to you, and if it can flip you the other,
Well,
can it flip the coin?
And is it the Constantine thing where it's not considered faith if you had proof, and then it's like a loophole or whatever the fuck?
That works too.
I don't know, but I agree. Some of this stuff looks cool. I'm very hesitant though on account of my earlier comment about having never seen a good exorcism movie.
Just in general, not my idea of a fun movie, but like there are so
No,
many
super
of them that it's easy to say when one is good over one that looks like garbage, and this didn't look like complete shit to me.
Actually, Penny Dreadful has some good exorcism type stuff in it, I think.
You love Penny Dreadful.
I like Penny Dreadful a lot.
It's pretty good.
Now here, this looks like it has a lot of the trappings of like a normal horror movie. It doesn't look like a movie that only has this exorcism gimmick and is just like a loose framework around 4 scenes of a girl riding around, 'Cause
Yeah.
there have been a lot of weird exorcism things where it's like, what is going on? The Catholic Church has like dispatched someone, and what's going on? Oh, and then there's all these weird cuts, and like it doesn't show much. But we're seeing, like you said, what looks like a whole movie here, which is very, makes me optimistic.
Sucks too though if you are a person who does believe, so you're like here trying to fight this thing, and now like while the demon can't possess you, it wants to kill you. so there's no win, right? It's
No, I
just a
know.
different degree of losing.
And it would be all the people around you who like you don't want to hurt, trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Because it keeps possessing. And I wonder if it only jumps around when the host dies.
Or
Maybe not.
What's the one with what the hell is his name? Casey Jones starts it off, and he's singing the little song in the death penalty thing. He's getting electrocuted, and he has a thing when he touches somebody, he can pass the demon jumps from body to
Casey
body.
Jones?
From Ninja Turtles. And Denzel Washington is the main character. He's a cop trying to stop this thing.
Oh, the Fallen.
Yes,
Yeah,
that movie was good.
Casey Jones?
He plays the
Was
serial
that the
killer
guy?
who
Oh
was
my
on.
God.
Yeah,
Oh my God!
I don't know his name,
My
but I'll
whole
recognize him
childhood.
anywhere.
The guy, the guy who plays the real Casey Jones from
Yeah.
the
Live
original
action Ninja
live action
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Damn, son,
Yeah.
we're in the house we're in the house that time forgot.
Now that movie was
Oh,
dope because he's
damn.
singing that like "Time is on my side" thing because he's like this undying demon jumping from host to host. I always thought that was a fucking thing, and like there's some
No,
weird
Fallen's
fucking
awesome,
rules where you can jump to any living thing within like what was it like 10 paces or something.
So yeah. So like Fallen's awesome because like unlike other stuff, because even like Death Note, it ended up being like 2 days because it was X amount of like seconds or like 4,000
Yeah, yeah.
whatevers or 400 whatevers or weird shit like that. But like in the Fallen, he's talking about like cubits away and like it's like one. It's like one breath. He's like holding his like breath and has to like find a host and is like zooming around
Yeah.
and all that shit. And you're like, oh shit, like realistic, old timey, like organic feeling, like rules where you're like, oh, this is yeah.
But when you
Ah.
can take over any living
such a
thing,
twist.
it's there's almost never
So-
not a living thing near
So that's
you.
like the spoiler alert is like there's an ending part that that kind of makes you go, oh wait, if those are the rules, we have no chance. What are you
Yeah.
doing? But up until then, there's
you
this
think it's a human.
There's an awesome twist, and yeah, there's all that stuff. Like, a good movie like this has some weird of, like, is she mentally ill? Is she possessed? Or what's going on? Oh, my God. But this just looks like she's obviously possessed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Well,
Whatever.
that's the thing too is that there's no trailers never hide the movie anymore. It used to be
Oh.
like you could watch a trailer and be like, "Oh, that looks good," because you would just be seeing like acting and cool bits,
We don't-
and then like you
movies don't
wouldn't
have
even
that
know.
anymore.
No, but like there's
Yeah.
the big difference between
know.
oh, I'm seeing like just how powerful the actors are, the locations, some cool interest, versus I know what that movie's about.
Yeah.
I liked like you could walk into a movie and be like, "Oh, that looks good," and like that was totally not what I thought it was, but
Exactly.
so good.
Like, they would paint a picture, give you, like, a tone, show you some highlights or whatever, and you go like, ooh.
Yeah.
Are they in the past? Is it like set in the past? Is there time travel? What's going on? And now it's just like especially like those third trailers like a week or two before, it's just like, get the time travel machine. We gotta go
Yeah.
back because dinosaur, and just exactly like they have a guy say exactly what the thing is.
Not exactly exciting. The one problem with this trailer is I hate that little the ending bit where there's the chain on the door and like her face in there. I'm like, that looks like the slackiest, shittiest chain on a door you've ever seen in your life that like a toddler would break through. And then there's
Okay.
like a demon that's like, I'm at bay.
I thought you were gonna be like, I think that's a weird thing to end on because that's like a cheap jump scare.
I
But your
think.
problem is with the logistics of the dork.
Well, no,
lock or
no.
whatever.
Let me set the
I
scene right
gotcha.
quick for how I would film it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm directing that scene, so you'd be seeing it, the doors tick, 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 and then it would fly open, and she'd like rush through in one motion.
Sure,
That
sure.
would be much more terrifying.
It would, but I feel like in a lot of these movies they set up these unrealistic, like it can't get through like the bars on like the banister
Yeah.
or like some like dumb thing where you're
I would
just
make
like,
my jump scare. Door flies open, rushes at her. She's like, ah, and as she closes her eyes, it just nothing happens.
Okay,
She opens her
okay,
eyes and
so-
it's not there, and
That's
maybe
a-
even the door is back on the thing.
That's a good way around it because a lot of times stuff does happen and like it's like, well, why didn't the demon just grab him? He was
Yeah,
right
why
there.
didn't you just die?
Like what happened? And then like the inevitable answer is, well, we just wanted to fake you out and scare you and like not
Yeah.
and not have the demon win yet. It's only 40 minutes in. The demon needs 40 more minutes.
Or my exact favorite thing, where no matter what the bad guy is, the bad guy could be a 400-foot shark, and like your main character will be like in the water, and then he'll like come out, and there's like 3 cuts down his chest, and you look at it, and for most movies you're like, did they even know what the bad guy was gonna look like? Because there's so much CG and stuff.
I was gonna
done.
say,
You're like,
yeah.
I don't know how he could have achieved that cut. Did he just like open his mouth and you slid across the teeth? Like,
Yeah, we see that a lot. We've watched a bunch of bad like sci-fi movies, and yeah, I think the like practical makeup department, probably because the CG monster doesn't even exist yet.
Exactly.
They're just like, we're not sure what it's gonna look like, and someone says, let's do the same 3 scratch marks that everyone always has, and
or
they
like
go,
the got bit across the ankle or something by
Yeah.
something that's Godzilla sized.
Yeah,
like,
something that's
I don't
so
understand
big.
how you what.
that it could eat a human in like one bite. Oh, movies are great.
Yeah. All right, but I give this a thumbs
I'm
up.
gonna say, I feel like this is a pretty reasonably solid thumbs up from both
Yeah.
of us.
All right, guys, let us know in the comments below what you think about this movie. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.